What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Tony Mack. A return of the Mack. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing this morning, this afternoon, or this evening? Whenever you clicked on the videos, I just wanted to say what's up and thank you to each and every last one of y'all that took time out your important day, time out your important life to click on the small YouTuber. And I said, yes, a small YouTuber. So if y'all want to help the channel grow, all I need y'all to do is let them know. Simply hit the like button, share the button, or subscribe to the channel. But that's only if you like what I'm talking about, and that's only if you feeling what I'm bringing to you. Pause, no diddy. Anyway, y'all, I want to talk about a few things this morning, only dealing with sports talk and a little bit of basketball because the NBA basketball playoffs has been rocking. We got to salute them, y'all. The NBA playoffs has been rocking. And I'm going to be real with you. This is the first time in a long time that we've been watching the playoffs that don't involve Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and we're not even mad about it. I'm talking about all of the big names, KD, LeBron, Steph, Giannis, also throw Embiid in there. And also we might, the way it's looking at the last night, we might want to throw Jokic up in there because they down 0-2 to the Minnesota Timberwolves, y'all. I did not see that coming. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm a big fan of Ant-Man. I'm a big fan of Karl Anthony Towns. You know what I'm saying? I like what y'all doing over there in Minnesota, but I'm not going to lie to y'all. I thought Denver was championship ready. When my boy LeBron and them, when they lost to Denver, all I could say, man, the worst thing about it for LeBron and them, you know, him getting put out in the first round of the playoffs, people say that's going to damage his legacy, especially in a conversation with him versus Michael Jordan as the GOAT, you know, because folks' memory go blank and they forget Michael Jordan got bounced out in the first round a bunch of times. And also when him and LeBron was the same age, Michael Jordan wasn't getting bounced out the playoffs because he was never in them. Anyway, but folks is going to get on LeBron about exiting in the first round. And I said the biggest problem with that is they're going to talk trash about him, but only Denver in the West was the only team that was in the Lakers' way. And I know I said that with terrible grammar. The problem that I had with LeBron them losing was Denver was the only team that was in their way. So I thought. But the Minnesota Timberwolves looking like they ready to take it. I'm excited to see this matchup between the Oklahoma Thunder and them Dallas Mavericks. I think the Mavs going to take them, though. Gildress Alexander, you might be running for the MVP this year. You had a great season. I like what y'all doing in Oklahoma. Y'all look good. But so has Luka Doncic. He had also an MVP season. And I know black folks, we don't really want to cheer for Luka Doncic and Jokic. I get it. I'm going to say it because we ain't saying it. But look at it this way. Luka Doncic is light-skinned. I did the same thing with Christian McCaffrey. Now I'm a fan. I don't care what you say. Jokic is a white guy. I understand all of that. But Luka Doncic is light-skinned. As far as I'm concerned, the dude get his hair faded, his game. Matter of fact, he a fat light-skinned dude because that's what his game is like. He got all them and one dribbles, but they slow. Luka be out there. That's how he be looking on all his crossovers. Very step back. But it works every time. It works every time. So say what you want about Luka's game. It works every time. And he light-skinned and he rhymed with us. So y'all only got one great white player in the NBA, and that's Jokic, who has been doing this thing. I felt like last year he got robbed out of an MVP because the NBA did not want to give Nikola Jokic 3 straight MVPs. And I understand it, NBA. I understand why they didn't want to give it to him, y'all. You didn't want to give Nikola Jokic 3 straight MVPs because you've never given it to certain great players like i.e. LeBron, i.e. Steph Curry, you know, guys like that who are going to mean way more to basketball when it's all said and done than Nikola Jokic. I probably said Luka somewhere in there. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I be having my cabbage in the morning. But anyway, Nikola Jokic, they didn't want to give Nikola Jokic his 3-time MVP award because they know that would look bad for the NBA. Because they have guys who mean more to the NBA, i.e. a LeBron James, who's never been a 3-time MVP. So I think that's the real reason why y'all robbed him. But everybody and their mama know Nikola Jokic deserved that MVP last year. Joel Embiid may actually be the best center in the league for 40 games. He may be the best center in the league for 40 games, but he's not going to give you a full season. And I'm not taking that away from Joel Embiid. I'm not hating on him. I think he's a great player. I think he's one of those true centers that could have played back in the day against Shaq and them, against Kareem them, against David Robinson them, against Pat Ewing. I think Joel Embiid would have been great against those guys for 20 games. For about 20 games. Anthony Davis would have played 10. He would only play 10. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to AD. You a beast. You got skills. You got talent. But people will say that's missing. I'm not saying that about you. I'm just saying the rest of the world will say that's missing. Your heart, motherfucker. Anyway, it's been a lot going on in these NBA playoffs that I've been enjoying. Mr. Patrick Beverly lost his cool, had to throw a basketball at one of the fans who was out there running a mouth. And he showed y'all Patrick Beverly is a man that believes in hard work and continuing the job. I respect that. I heard what he said on Gil's Arena when he was talking to Rashad McCants, and he told him he made you quit because I work hard, I put in the work, I'm dedicated. And he showed in that last playoff game when he threw the basketball and hit the lady in the face, and he said, pass it back so he could throw it again and hit the other person, because that's what type of man Patrick Beverly is. He's not a person that hit people in the face with a basketball. He's just dedicated to doing the job that he wanted to do. And he told that reporter, if you don't subscribe to you ain't subscribed to my podcast, I don't want to hear nothing from you, and I'm not about to help you with your work if you're not going to help me with mine. Some people, Rashad McCants, want to get on there and say, oh, he's a sore loser. So, he has that right. My thing is, if you a good loser, then you will never be a good winner. If losing don't bother you, then winning is nowhere near you. And I'm not dissing Rashad McCants. He's nice. He did a lot of great things. I'm not one of y'all that watch Gil's Arena and always got something negative to say. Well, McCants always talking. He didn't have a great career. Motherfucker, Rashad McCants made it to the NBA. He was one of the top 300, 400 basketball players in the world at one point in time. So make no mistake, I'm not dissing him for saying that. I am dissing his motherfucking ideology for being dumb as hell, for saying that it's something wrong with Patrick Beverly being a sore loser. Well, your favorite player that you like to always defend and shit, Kobe Bryant, was a sore loser. Everybody's favorite player, Michael Jordan, was a sore loser. You know what's good about sore losers? They turn into winners because they don't want to lose. Tom Brady, sore loser. We saw it in the Tom Brady roast. And goddamn it, he lost a lot that day. Tom Brady, you lost when you actually put comedians on your roast battle. You should have kept that shit just football players that love and adore you and pretend that you are the greatest player of all time, like Lawrence Taylor, Jerry Rice, Jim Brown, and Joe Montana never existed. They never played football. We're going to pretend that Tom Brady is the greatest player of all time, as if Ray Lewis and all these guys that hit for real, that get contact for real, didn't exist. Like we didn't change a bunch of rules in the NFL for Tom Brady. Yeah, you should have got those guys up there for your roast, big dog, because they wouldn't have hit you in the jugular. But every one of those comedians, especially Tony Hinchcliffe, what I say about those Anthonys, that Anthony, it's those Anthonys, y'all can't trust those Anthonys, those Tonys, terrible. Tony Hinchcliffe tore into your ass. You know what I'm saying? He was Ant-Man at the roast battle. How Anthony Edwards out there handling these boys on the court, that was Tony Hinchcliffe at Tom Brady's roast battle. You know? I know a lot of people want to talk about the comedians who do well, who didn't do well. Hey, have your opinion. I ain't about to do that hater shit over here. I'm going to talk about the comedians that came in that motherfucker and did damage. The Kevin Harts of the world, the Tony Hinchcliffes. It was another white lady. I forget her name. I'm not going to pretend I know she's major, but I'm not about to act like I know who the fuck she was. And I hate when people do that shit. Like when I'm around my white comedian homeboys and I be bringing up old school black comedians on purpose just to see if they know who they are. It's like, oh yeah, you know that guy. No, the fuck you don't. I can tell you don't know because half the people in my community barely know that motherfucker. I'm just trying to tell you the truth, you know? But there's a lot of good stuff going on in these NBA playoffs, y'all. Surprisingly, without the top dogs in it, it is still an NBA playoffs we are enjoying. We are enjoying this. And Ant-Man, we hope you go out there and do what it do. Y'all up 2-0 on the Denver Nuggets, and y'all going back to Minnesota. Y'all up 2-0 against the Denver Nuggets, and y'all going back to Minnesota. That is crazy. I'm like, man, even if they split one, it's over for Denver. I don't see them coming back. I'm going to be honest with you. Denver come back and win this series, I'm done with the NBA. If Denver come back and win this series, I'm done with the NBA. And that's no shade to none of the great players on the team, on both squads or whatever, but the way Ant-Man hungry, Karl Anthony Towns had a sensational game last night. Rudy Gobert, congratulations to Rudy Gobert. He just had a birth of his child, so he missed the last game. Also, something that was said on Gil's Arena that people gonna get on y'all ass about Gil is you saying telling Rudy Gobert, it's the playoffs. You're going to see your son when you get home. You don't miss a playoff game. Yeah, Gilbert. That's probably going to... I like Gilbert. I can't roast Gilbert. I'm a fan of Gilbert Arenas, man. But that was a low take, Gilbert. That was a low take. But that wasn't the lowest take I heard. You know how people, they say... I'm saying a low take. I meant to say that's a cold take. How everybody say these guys on these sports shows, they just trying to give great hot takes. First of all, Gil's Arena is a great podcast. Y'all need to check that out. But second of all, sometimes most of the time they do give great hot takes. Most of the time, the former NBA players do give good hot takes. And when I say a hot take, I mean it made sense. But when them shits don't make sense, I'm gonna start calling them cold takes. And that was a cold take, but that wasn't the coldest take, Gilbert Arenas. The coldest take was our brother, Kendrick Perkins, saying that LeBron James needs to retire because it's hurting his legacy. Now, I had to look up LeBron's numbers. LeBron averaged 25.8 points, about 7 rebounds, and about 8 assists this year. Now, I get it, Kendrick. He's 39 years old. I get it. We don't know what 40's going to look like. But what we tell any other player that has ever played this game, that if your last season you average about 25, 26 points, about 7, 8 rebounds, and about 7, 8 assists, that, hey, I think you should hang him up. I think you should hang him up. That probably was the worst take I've heard Kendrick Perkins ever say. And I don't think and I like Kendrick Perkins. I don't think he say too much bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that one might have been the worst one. I think LeBron should play until his points per game is below 15. And I feel like, to me, it's nothing LeBron could do to really help his case in the GOAT debate. So I'm going to say that for you, Kendrick Perkins, because those who think he's the GOAT, there's nothing he can do to change their opinion. And those who don't think he's the GOAT, there's nothing you can do to change their opinion. It just is what it is. So I do agree with you. There's nothing he really can do at this point by continuing to play to further his career as the GOAT. However, it can still solidify his legacy of what the world love about LeBron. Even the guys who say, hey, LeBron is a great player, Tone, but I don't think he the GOAT. They still respect that this man is in year 21 going into year 22 with those kind of averages. So even if you don't think LeBron is the GOAT, he's still showing you he's one of the elite players in the league, Kendrick Perkins. Why would he not continue to play? Like, it makes no sense. Plus, LeBron said, I want to be the first player to be in the league to play with my son. His son is almost in the league. Why wouldn't he at least get 1 year? If I have an opportunity to play with my son, I don't give a fuck if I'm averaging 4 points a game. I'm gonna be on the team with my son. I'm gonna be on the team with my son. Why would, like, y'all know that's what he's staying to play the game for. Everybody, oh man, he piling stats. Oh man, he chasing Jordan. Oh man, he want to be this, that, and the third. When the man has said it out his mouth several times and ain't never changed his story and said, I want to play with my son. I'm staying in the league to see what team is going to draft my son, and I'm going to play with them. And folks that hate on that. Ah man, y'all don't see how dope that is? Y'all don't see how dope that is? Some people, I just think y'all some haters. I just got to keep it real with you. It ain't your love for Michael Jordan. It ain't your love for the era. It's the fact that you are a hater and you need to go get some help. Hey, I used to hate. I'm not going to lie to you. I hate on every cat with a hairline. That's why I'm trying to grow this mess out. So I'm like, I feel like I could save it if I just do that big old fro and just cover the middle. I be feeling like I could save it. Tell my barber, hey man, go on and get that special. You know what I mean? But it's okay to accept that, hey, I'm a hater, and you can move forward. Accept that first, and it'll make you feel better, and then you'll recognize that, hey, LeBron don't have to be better than Kobe in your eyes. LeBron don't have to be better than Jordan in your eyes for you to look and be like, yo, damn, when he hang it up, we're going to miss seeing that game. We're going to miss those 10 straight finals. Well, even the haters are mad because y'all ain't even got nothing to hate on. Y'all ain't got nothing to hate on no more. It was just like when Floyd Mayweather was winning. You know, he'll tell you, half of y'all here to support me, half of y'all here to see me lose. But y'all all paid. That is. Anyway, YouTube, thank y'all for rolling with your boy. Thank y'all for listening, man. Tony Mack, where it's always real, but it's always love. Peace.